Eating disorders among women is something no one thinks about. On average, 1 in 5 women struggle with an eating disorder. There are many different types of eating disorders, such as binge eating, anorexia, and bulimia nervosa. People with binge eating disorder lose control over his or her eating and are often overweight or obese. Anorexia means without eating. Patients do not lose their appetite, they struggle with it. And lastly, bulimia nervosa, that is characterized by a cycle of binge eating. Of all people that develop eating disorders, an estimated 90% are women. They usually affect adolescents and young women, although they can also affect middle-aged or elderly women. They may also exercise excessively in an effort to lose weight. Many people who have an eating disorder do not feel comfortable getting the help that they need, but it is important to seek treatment early for eating disorders. Eating disorders don't define what kind of person you are, they change your whole life.
You wouldn't know it by just looking at her, but Jiva Wilkerson is surviving a lifelong struggle that cuts deep.
I remember laying in bed and the hunger pains were so intense that I began to cry. And I said to myself, all you have to do is go downstairs and get something to eat. And I wouldn't do it. And I was crying because I was hungry, but too because I was afraid to eat.
Jiva's one out of nearly 30 million Americans who suffer from an eating disorder.
Let's go back to the beginning from the first thought, because to me, it all starts with me remembering.
You know, when you're a teenager, there are so many things that you're dealing with. And for me to be able to hold my food, it was just, at least I can take control of this.
Eating disorders have the second highest mortality rate of all mental illnesses next to opioid abuse, and they're wildly underdiagnosed and research underfunded.
I think there's a huge misconception out there that this illness only affects thin, young, white, affluent women.
Jiva is part of Project HEAL, an organization founded in 2008 that provides support and works to raise funds for those suffering that can't afford treatment.
You have people of all genders, all races, all classes, all cultures coming together to talk about this illness that has affected their lives.